All right, what's up? Welcome back for another recap video. Today we had Ncpl was our leading gapper on the day. It was up nearly 100% pre-market, and at the open, this thing dumped pretty hard here. I took a scalp here for the break of the pivot, got out for about break even right before that flush. I scalped a little bit off the lows here. I was able to get a little bit green, but I did start to get back some profits as it was curling back up. So here, kind of scalping off the lows, made a little bit of profits, couple cents here and there off the lows. But here I did get caught. Here I was in at 81. I was looking for that curl off the lows and at least an attempt retest of VWAP or an attempt a red to green off of this low. But right before I could hit sell at 281 at break even, it flashed down to 271, and I took about maybe a 5 or 6 cent loss on this, or no, 4-cent loss here on 750 shares. So that was my biggest position size actually of the day on Ncpl, and so about a 3% loss or so on Ncpl on that trade there. So I was red then on Ncpl. I was green pre-market on it, trading it in here and up on this first leg. I was up like 20 bucks going into the open. We did have a little bit of a false breakout there, and then we curled back up. And here I got green a little bit, 2 cents in profit here, 2 cents in profit here. And then it started to take off, and I was pretty convinced for this red to green. I started actually buying into 320, kind of a little bit of FOMO here. My average was 316, and it was quite odd. The price action up in this area, it was very choppy. I'm actually going to bring up the video to show you right here. So I am red coming into this, and we're coming up for that attempt red to green. We hit that red to green, and I'm really looking for a nice quality breakout up here out of 335 and making a nice front side, a nice quality move that we've been seeing the past 3 or 4 days. That's what I'm kind of expecting here on Ncpl. It's a low float, has good volume. So I'm thinking, this could be a potential play here through the highs. And so that's why, I'm okay with adding in the highs, but we do kind of stall out here. I did take a break-even trade there. Then we come up to 320. We push up to 320, and I'm like, all right, it's gapping up. Huge green on the tape, and then it just opens 10 cents lower, this candle. And I immediately take a 10-cent loss. So this was really aggravating because I buy there at 321. I'm like, okay, this is going to squeeze out all these shorts here through 335. And the next candle, it doesn't even give me a chance. Look, it doesn't even give me a chance to cut it at break even or a small loss. It comes all the way down to 308. I'm down 12 cents immediately. And that's where I had to cut it because I don't know. I was not used to that price action, but could have actually held that a little bit and could have got out small red. You should see I did go in for a quick 2-cent scalp there. But here I'm really optimistic about this ripping to the highs, and we just never get there. And so there I take a couple losses. This was not too bad of a dip right there at 305, all the way down to 3, reclaims, and then you get that nice pop for that 1-minute candle to make a new high. That wasn't too bad, but it did reject, didn't hold that level. And then from here, this was my pretty much the trade that put me, down enough and frustrated enough to walk away. Small red. I'm down here about 40 bucks on the day, or about 40 to 50 bucks on the day, and then just out of nowhere, this stock just drops like without any warning. Boom, liquidated longs. And there I was like, for a quick second, I was going to buy. I bought the dip of VWAP. I was thinking this was a good entry. I'm like, wow, it just flashed down 10% in like a second. This could be a really good dip buy. You know, the ask is sort of thin here. You know, just have a little bit of bids here. I get in 250. This is actually a pretty good entry. You know, you had some support here off of VWAP. And you have some support here from pre-market. You know, this could be a potential dip, and then it just blows through that. And I immediately just cut it before it gets even worse. But that was another 6-cent loss there. And it just goes lower and lower and lower, and that's why you cut your losses. This is why you cut your losses before they balloon and balloon and balloon. You know, I could have averaged down even lower, and it just would have been disastrous. So it's really good that I cut my loss there, attempting for that dip. And that was pretty much it. That was the last straw for me. Ncpl was very, very challenging today, at least for me. You know, pre-market wasn't too bad, but I wasn't able to really milk this move here. So after that, it was pretty much a chop fest. Unless you're trading the range and wasn't really going for the front side move, which is what I was actually going for. I think that this had a potential to make that front side move. That never came. So sitting down 65.71. All in all, you know, it's very small red day compared to yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty decent day, up over $200 or about $200. So I'm only giving back about 33% off of yesterday. So really good, a really good risk profile there as far as not giving back too much profits. I never want to give back more than one solid green day of trading. So, you know, if yesterday was a solid green day of trading, given the market conditions, today is good that it didn't have that $200 red day or $300 red day today. So it's really good that I walked away when I started to feel a little bit flustered and felt like I just could not have a nice green trade, and I really didn't. So here's my stats, down 65.71. My accuracy was 50-50, so you know, 50% was my accuracy. Usually it's around 60%, 60 to 65. It's usually my accuracy. My win-loss is 1-to-1 or slightly positive. Today my win-loss was actually negative quite a bit, so my profit margin was negative as well. And my largest losing trade, which is good, it's only 3% or so. So I did not have any trades that really ballooned into a big loss. And really a lot of my red days, a lot of my really disastrous red days come from one trade that I just let go too long, and it turns out to be a 10% loss or a 12% loss. And so it's good that I didn't allow today to be one of those days. And on the flip side, my largest winning trade here is 4%. So percentage-wise, I had a really, you know, I had a bigger, largest winning trade than my largest losing trade, which is actually pretty good. It's just that I happened to size in a little bit bigger on the loser rather than the winner. So my average position cost still very, you know, light volume compared to previous months, which is okay. The idea is just to kind of, you know, get my mojo back, you know, kind of see what the market is giving right now. It's very indecisive. We had a couple of hot days, and now we're back to, you know, we didn't really have a solid front side after the market opened, which we've been having the past couple of days. Today we haven't had that. MLGO was a nice pre-market gapper. I didn't trade any of this, but on light volume, goes from $12 all the way up to $71, halts up at the open, and the risk was definitely there. After that halt up at $71.50, it unhalts $20 lower. $20 lower, that's insane. Imagine being halted up at $71. You're in and you're like, wow, this is going to $100. This is going to $200. This is going to be the next HKD, the next MEGL, the next AMAM, and it opens up 20% lower. That is immediately double your max loss for most traders. and that is just disastrous. And then on top of that, it goes even lower. The next candle goes another $10 lower, and then another $3 lower, halts down and opens another $2 lower, and dumps even more, another $10, and then opens up another $5 lower. And before you know it, you're already back retracing that whole pre-market move. And then it doesn't stop there. It just keeps going from $71.50, and it closed at $3.74. That is an insane sell-off. It sold off 96%. That is probably the biggest sell-off I've seen in one day ever in 2 years of looking at the markets every single day. So the risk on this stock was enormous. And I know, I don't know what Ross did, but I know Ross was trading this pre-market when I was watching his live stream pre-market. He was trading this. And I think I heard somebody, or I saw someone say he was in it on the halt up, and he took that $20 loss off the top. So I wonder how he finished. But this is the type of stock that you could blow up your account. You know, getting in between 60 and 70, and you're holding this baby, you're already down $10 a share, $15 a share. You're averaging down, and it just goes lower and lower and lower. You know, this is the type of stock that can blow up accounts, and you will never trade again. Well, you won't trade again for a very long time, because you can lose thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on something like this. And good thing I did stay away from this, because it was definitely risky. The volume was so light, though, so that's probably why you're seeing these huge moves, is because it could just skip dollars and tens of dollars a share on light volume with large spreads. You know, the first 1 minute candle, 3,000 shares, 10,000 shares, 20,000 shares, 10,000 shares. And so there wasn't a lot of liquidity to get in and out. So even if you are an experienced trader and you were in this thing with even 1,000 shares, it probably would have been very difficult to get in and out. So hopefully you guys were not stuck in MLGO, and I hope you guys finished the day, you know, at least small green or green today, or small red. But today was definitely a trickier day than what we've been seeing the past couple of days. You know, I'd have to say that Ncpl was probably the best opportunity of the day. Also, we had SMMT was not too bad later in the day during power hour, but still not that sort of momentum that we've been seeing Thursday, Friday, and then yesterday. So we'll see if that returns for the rest of the week, and we'll see what comes tomorrow. So going to be up bright and early again tomorrow to see what we have. Hope you guys did well today. If you're still watching, please hit the thumbs up button. Also, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys on the next recap video. Also, check out the links in the description. All right, see you guys. Peace.